my goodness! And a very good evening to you. I am Griffin Epstein, joining you from Lucchesi Field as the Petaluma Varsity Girls Soccer team battles the Annalee Tigers in a pivotal early season SCL matchup on this Friday, cold and wet January night here at Lucchesi Field. The Trojans home field for now, as Ellison Field under construction, hopes to be ready in February. Maybe the Trojans will be playing there in the playoffs, but tonight's a pivotal game for that and their goal of winning an SCL title. Annalee comes in as the defending SCL champions and along a dominant force in SCL in the last year of this league's existence. The Trojans know they need to beat them, and it is a key one as the Trojans open up league play. They had a very strong start to their non-conference schedule. Did Petaluma 5-2. However, they have not played a real game in almost 3 weeks, so it has been some time since the Trojans have taken the field, and they are really going to be tested by another Annalee team that is very good. 4-1-2 coming in. Annalee defeated Elmo a couple days ago, their rival, to start out their league play, and they're coming in very confident, playing well. They did lose 6 seniors from last year. Annalee beat the Trojans twice last year. However, the Trojans returned almost all their players this year. A lot of experience and a lot of talent and confidence on this Varsity Girls Soccer team. For the Trojans, can they knock off Annalee? It would set them in the driver's seat in what should be a competitive SCL with Petaluma, Annalee, and Sonoma. The full game, Varsity Girls Soccer, Petaluma or Annalee. It's a big rivalry, and it's coming up next. And as we join you behind camera, we are getting ready to go. Both teams are huddled on the far side of the field here. It is a pretty quiet night for a pivotal matchup. We'll see if both teams can bring the energy coming after their winter break. It's especially tough for the Trojans, who haven't played all the way since December 19th, and now it being January 5th, I believe, today. It has been quite some time for the Trojans since they last hit the field. That was a 2-1 victory at American Canyon for the Trojans, their last game, but this team has a lot of experience and a lot of returning players, and certainly this one was circled on their calendar as an absolutely huge one. The Trojans are under new coaching this year, under Deegan Babala, but they have excelled so far, and this is the test for them. Can they win SCL? They need to at least win this. They would really like at least a draw, something they could not do last year. They fell to Annalee last year. In their first time they played, it was a heartbreaker, 3-2. Annalee scored a late goal to win that one, and then Annalee faced them again at Ellison Field and blew the Trojans out 3-0. And Annalee had an exceptional season last year. They went 11-0-1. That only draw to Sonoma in league. They were 16-3-1 overall. However, Annalee loses 6 seniors from that squad. It's still a pretty experienced team. Almost all the starters for Annalee do return, but there's a lot more loss from that team than the Trojans, who only lose 2 seniors. Ready to go here. 90 minutes of soccer, 45-minute halves. There is no scoreboard here at Lucchesi Field, so timing can be a little bit tricky for both teams, as the coach is going to have to shout it out. There's no big scoreboard like the Trojans would have at Ellison Field. Trojans team captains are Tessa Lambert, Hannah Herman, and Kendra Berry. At the center circle for the Trojans is Kendra Berry, the junior captain. Herman Lambert, also juniors. Trojans with only 1 senior, Jessica Velasquez, on the squad, and multiple freshmen and sophomores that we could see play as well. We're underway here from Lucchesi Park. Trojans starting with it in the backfield, and they've had a slow, methodical attack all season long, and they've pieced together 1 to 2 goal victories. And they've helped behind the superb goalkeeping efforts of Clara Garcia, who's a transfer student, a sophomore from Spain, and she has been big. After the Trojans had a rough opening loss to Costa 2-0, they've really been superb since then. Their only loss to Terra Linda 2-1, but pretty much all low scoring in all these games as Annalee gets the steal there, and now they are on the attack. And turned over, and here's Barry. Center mid for the Trojans at the heart of everything. A good save out wide there, and the Trojans take it up. That was Zoe Frothinger, the sophomore, but the Trojans turn it over anyways. And Annalie takes back over here in the opening minutes. Another turnover, Trojans will take back over. Goalkeeper for Annalie is Kaja Bazzano, also just a sophomore. They lost their senior keeper last year, did the Tigers. Mistake there, and Trojans almost capitalized on poor passing by the Tigers. Annalie just played on Tuesday against El Molino to open their league play against the rivals, and they got the victory there, a 3-0 victory against the Lions. Only loss for Annalie on the year, a 1-0 defeat to powerhouse Maria Carrillo out of the MBL. Trojan's most impressive victory, a 2-1 victory up at the Ukiah tournament in November against a superb Cardinal Newman team, and they won that tournament, winning 3 games in that one, and that has been the high point of the season. But that really signaled that Trojans have a chance to be something special this year. Annalie pushing it forward. I expect a lot of stress to be on the Trojan defense tonight and see if they can hold up strong. That's going to be a turnover on Annalie, and it will be Trojan ball. Throwing it in. Throwing it in was Amanda Roca, another sophomore. Still a lot of underclassmen, but they had a lot of them were on the team last year for the Trojans, so they've gotten big game experience, and that is just cleared out by the Trojans. Highlight last year for Petaluma was they lost to Annalie twice, lost to Sonoma once, and tied a draw with the Dragons in the other one, but then they got a third chance against the Dragons in the NCS playoffs in the first round, and they won in penalty kicks after they played 120 minutes of 1-1, as that is going to be out on Annalie. And they won on penalty kicks, and just a thrilling victory at Ellison Field. They were demolished by powerhouse Montgomery. The 1 seed went on to win NCS last year in the fall, but I think satisfied with that exciting victory. Trojans again with stress, and again it is just cleared away, and you've already seen that strategy. Trojans just need to start with it. That was Alondra Ramirez, the junior, clearing it away. Also see Gogenhauer, another junior, back there for the Trojans. A throw-in, a dangerous cross over the middle, and just cleared away and let go by Annalie, and they'll quickly throw it right back in. Good play there by Hernandez. So the Trojans get it. They've barely seen any opportunity so far, though, on the Annalie side of the field. They gave it a go there, but fielded well for Annalie by Brown. Annalie takes it to the far side and stolen by Frothinger, and then quickly taken back by the Tigers. Megan Lucas, the junior for Annalie, with the steal. Trojans with 9 back right now in the backfield, and Frothinger, the forward, comes all the way back to try to steal it. Annalie gets it out to the wing, though. Dangerous cross. Herman in there to poke it away. And then she tried to get it up to Barry, but a little bit too far. And the Annalie defense will send it back in. Trojans just want to get a little more control of the ball. It's going to be very stressful on the defenders if they're going to be playing keep away and just clearing it away from the Tigers all evening long, especially against the superb talent of the team in blue. Trojans again quickly turning it over. Wonder maybe a little bit more patient they want to be when it's in their zone. A first shot of the game, and an easy save for Clara Garcia. Never really had a chance from well outside the goal box for the Tiger there. You don't think that Brittany Briones, the head coach for Annalee, too happy with that one. Trojans get it. Guggenhauer has Frothinger. And she had some room, but just was not able to control the pass with her right foot. Barry applying the pressure now here on Annalee and trying to get an induced mistake. Frothinger again. She has been impressive, though, to start on this left forward wing for the Trojans. Barry tried the give and go, but a little bit too far and fielded well by the Tiger keeper. Keeper in the red shirt for Annalee, purple for the Trojans. Trojans try to get it across the middle of the field, taken away by Zemer. Annalee's read the passing lanes well to start here. As we are tied at 0, 7 minutes in. Good battle by Herman, but she can't get to it. The Trojans with 5 back on that last line. Another steal, and now they have a 3-on-2. Great move by Barry. That was just knocked away after Grevin got a good look on the right wing, but couldn't do anything with it, and it's going to be Trojan ball after Annalee just clears it away. Best attack there, though, so far for the Trojans. Guggenhauer playing give and go with Barry. So much speed for Kendra Barry, and using it well here, but Annalee surrounds her and nowhere to go. Just cleared away, though. Hernandez tried to win it, but a really nice move by Claire Brown for Annalee to keep it. Annalee moved it forward, but no chance there with 5 defenders back. Here's Nicolette Starkey, another junior, and that one will head out, and it will be Annalee ball. Sloppy passing there for the Trojans. But some of the best control that they've seen of possession in the last couple minutes. It's always a positive. Soccer can certainly be a slow-moving game of attrition and momentum. Getting things to work right in a moment of brilliance. Both teams have shown the capability to do that, as we're going to have a foul here on Annalee. And a conversation with the head referee in the green shirt there. Trojans will get a free kick from about 40 feet away. It was raining before. We had a pretty heavy rain earlier today. It was sprinkling, still up to about 10 minutes, but it has completely stopped, and the forecast calls for no more rain. Over the field, artificial turf, but it should be a little bit damp. So we could see that affect things as the free kick was knocked in there. No opportunity for the Trojans. Not sure what Guggenhauer is trying to do there. And the keeper for Annalee, she stepped over the goal line, and now the Trojans get a corner kick. A nice break there. And the first corner kick. No, they're gonna rule the ball out on the free kick, I believe. So that means a free kick from the goal for the Tigers. So this is Kira Hickok, one of the 5 seniors on this Annalee team. They lost 6 last year, though, from that outstanding team. It's like a factory in so many sports at Annalee where they just continue to produce great players. And Tigers there pass it to the coach. Trojans will take back over. So we are 11 minutes along here from Lucchesi Field. Petaluma Varsity Girls Soccer team battling the Annalee Tigers. A pivotal early SCL match. Both teams with banner aspirations, and it's been some time since the Trojans have taken an SCL banner, but trying to get it this year. Good battle by Frothinger to keep it with the double team, but it was short-lived. Annalee with the rush forward, but overshooting it where the Tigers, and Muganum clears it away. Crowd has really picked up. It was late arriving, and we've now got a good crop of about 100 parents and supporters on hand here for the Trojans. Tigers have made about the 30-minute drive south. Annalie keeps it. Oh, the mag. Oh, that was sweet. And now a dangerous cross, and it goes untouched. Oh, that was a moment of brilliance from Lillian Zemer, only a sophomore. A mag, and then the cross. But there was no Tiger at home. Trojans did a good job just averting it through the box. Best opportunity of the day for either team. And Trojans will get a goal kick as that one just headed out. It was fielded for the Trojans by Guggenhauer. Just cleared back to Clara Garcia. It's excelled under a role. You never know as a transfer student. It's a very different dynamic, but we saw the girls volleyball team and Greta Grassi be a huge impact to the volleyball team, the Italian transfer student. So it's been a good start for Trojan Sports, seeing some exchange students come over from Europe and their experience and different quality of play providing a big impact for the Trojans. Barry's ahead. Frothinger was calling for it, but it was too late by the time Barry looked. Guggenhauer comes out of her mid-roll and now gets it to Frothinger on the left side. Trojans got something going here. It is fired, but totally mishit it was Barry. She did not get their foot on it properly, and that one was about 2 goals left. Goal kick for the Tigers. No score, no score here early as we are 13 minutes into this big SCL battle of these two teams. Guggenhauer rushing to win it, but they're going to call the foul on her. And it will be Tiger ball. It was Yates in there. And certainly soccer in Spain's a pretty big deal. U.S. might be the home of women's soccer, but I think Garcia, the goalkeeper, brings a different set of skills, experience to the team. And as long as the team has good chemistry, it's easy to bond with. It's not an issue. We saw the same thing with Grassi in volleyball. Good header by Grevin, but Annalie gets it back only briefly. Barry gives it off to Frothinger, who's so speedy down the wing. She knocks it forward, and now the Trojans have an opportunity here. Into the box, and a great play there by Annalie just to clear it. But the Trojans still on the attack here with Guggenhauer. And then Hernandez just gave it a shot, but well over the head of everyone and out of play. And Tigers will get another kick, but their Annalie had the first attacking prowess. The Trojans have done a really good job attacking and being far more aggressive in these last 5 minutes, and they've really started to develop something. No shots on goal so far. Annalie with just one, though the best chance of the day was a gorgeous cross after a meg, but no one was at home. Now here's Frothinger, but a double team, and try to get it back over the middle as that was, don't have the number there. Trojan was waiting, but just could not get it as she was double teamed and had to get rid of it quickly. Trojans again, though, winning another goal kick, and now the pressure is really on the Tigers here as they're going to have to defend and hold back the fort, and talked about that being mentally exhausting. Tigers get a turnover here. Pass too far. So it was Gilbrath that tried to run it down for the Tigers, but just poked out by Herman, and it will stay Annalie ball. Annalie is at the disadvantage today. Oh, thank you. Annalie at a disadvantage today with lack of players. They only have 3 players on the bench, so that is a rough one for them. As not sure exactly why the lack of players on the Annalie bench, but it's still winter break and school still out of session, so some may be on vacation or getting sick in this winter time. But there's players get tired, they're going to have to mostly stay out there. Trojans have their full set of reserves on the bench when needed, and plenty of experience there as well. Annalee poked it back, but sloppy passing there, and it'll be Trojan ball. They can move numbers forward here. We are 17 minutes in. 90-minute ball game here from Lucchesi Park. Trojans frequented this a few times last year, but because they played in the fall, the field, Ellison Field, as it was a normal grass last year, was not too much of an issue, but soccer has just moved to the winter this year, so that does lead to a new dynamic. Tried to get it over the middle there to Guggenhauer, but well defended by Annalee, and now they've got a break going. They don't have numbers, though. And smart to slow it down as the Annalee coach was calling, but then tried to knock it forward. There was no one home, and Starkey will run it down. Good aggressiveness, though, by Annalee, and it forces the turnover. Tiger ball. Throw in here by Jenkins. And a hard foul there. As it was actually going to call the foul on Annalee. It was Yates who was on the ground but might have initiated the contact there with the Trojans. Starkey gets a free kick. Trying to knock it forward. Guggenhauer takes control, but no one home on the probing pass, and it is headed right to me. That they were looking for there. No score here, 0-0. Still early stages of this one. Not too cold now that the rain has subsided, so that shouldn't be too much of an issue. With much of the East Coast suffering under really some horrible freeze and very dangerous out there with the wind chill. Sub-zero temperatures, but a pleasant 55 here tonight with the California cloudy sky. Field is a little damp, as we mentioned, but doesn't seem to affect the players too much. Did have a cross game here I covered last year, as that passed too far for Throthinger. And it was pouring most of that game, and even though the field is artificial turf, it does make it still a little slippery, and it definitely affected that one. But it has, I don't think it's going to affect it. We just haven't had enough rain, as we will get a substitution here. Annalee's only got 2 reserves on the bench, but they'll use one of them right now, as it was Niedermeyer out, and this is Deja Burry, only a freshman, coming in for big playing time here early. And the Tiger, Lucas saying she couldn't throw that far. All the Tigers are too far away. Backed in, but unable to do anything with it, was Jenkins. Guggenhauer poked it out. He's been a little off on some of their throw-ins, long kicks, and they did just play on Tuesday against El Molino, but not too much of a tense against the lowly Lions. Trojans, you would have been worried much more about rust as they get it across the middle. Barry poked away, and Annalee clears it out. Oh, best chance there, and that's who you want to have it on her right foot. Kendra Barry, a great opportunity there. And she sent a tough dribbler on the ground to the Annalee keeper, but well handled and poked away, and there was no rebound for the Trojans. Still have it, but Annalee with the quick steal there. Guggenhauer couldn't control it. And now the Tigers on a little bit of a break here. And trying to save it was Amanda Rocca for the Trojans, and they will rule it Trojan ball. Best look of the day, though. They're just there for the Trojans, and want to see more of that. They've gotten a lot out of Frothinger on the left wing so far, and her speed, getting other players up for opportunities. And again, Frothinger, and she has a little bit of space, but the pass was a little farther than she liked. She has to reset, and then it was poked out Oh, they're poked out by Lucas, but they're going to rule it last off Frothinger. It was a great opportunity there, but unable to do anything with it. Annalee gets the goal kick here. No score, but Trojans have definitely controlled the action here. 22 minutes in, Annalee had the early step and maybe a little bit of rust from the Trojans not playing in 3 weeks, but since then it's been all Trojans. Unable to do anything with it there. Got a shot on goal officially, but a lot of double teams on the left wing for the Trojans, and it's been somewhat effective and unable to get too many quality chances, and relying on the goalkeeper to make relatively basic saves. See if the Trojans can play the game of cat and mouse to get more developments. They poked it ahead, but nothing going there for Barry. Team captain and leader on this Trojans. She's been big so far. Annalee just pokes it back, and dangerous there. Garcia has to come out and get it. Is a little bit of laziness there from the Trojan defenders. The Trojans will reset here. They opened up their season in early November as they get it ahead to Rocca. But again, that team, and then it just squirts left, and again, that time a triple team, and they continue to get it to the speedy left winger who came all the way over to the right there, but those triple and double teams make it so hard to get a quality shot on goal for the Trojans. Mentioned Trojans opened up a dismal opening loss to Casa 3-0, their first game of the year in November, but since then things have been a lot brighter for them. 8-0 over Elsie in that Ukiah tournament, 3-1 over Rancho, and then the championship game of that tournament up in Ukiah in early December. They got a great 2-1 victory you mentioned earlier against Carlton Newman, really the high of their season to win the championship of that Ukiah tourney. Looked like Trojans might have had something, but again, Annalee able to poke it away. Rocca, oh, Barry's all alone, but just a little bit too far as the keeper came out. That's more what you want to see there. And if you just get the pass under control, that would have been bingo for the Trojans. That is knocked out by Frothinger. And will remain Annalee ball now on the far wing as trying to get something going offensively. One really good cross look after a Meg. That's been about it for the Trojans. After that beating a Newman in the championship game, they saw nice victory over San Marin, 5-0 all over the Mustangs. Tough loss to Terra Linda, 3-2. The other Trojans down in Marin got a late goal there to get a victory. That was a good team, and Trojans were in that game, one of the most high-scoring game, I think, in that one. So maybe it wasn't dictated on Petaluma's terms. There's a key there. Good clear by Rocca to clear it off the Annalee defender. Stays Trojan ball. And then we mentioned the American Canyon victory on the 15th, a 2-0 victory over the Wolves, who would be a league foe next year. And that's the last time the Trojans hit the field in an official game until then. And now Rocca's got room again. She's broken past everybody, but getting to it and clearing it. That will be a corner kick. Was for the Tigers, number 3, Megan Lucas. And the junior has been big tonight. Certainly Rocca's gotten some exceptional looks, the sophomore, but the defense by Annalee has been double team and triple team, or when she has the ball and she hasn't been able to get off a great shot. First corner of the game for either team. And there's Barry down there, along with McGanum, I believe. Oh, I'm sorry, that is Crysdale. And the attempt by Crysdale, but falling to the ground, really couldn't get a whole lot on that. And just easy saved again Trojans need to keep their cool and get better shots off, be a little bit more patient. Just gotten some shots on goal, but they haven't really been too productive or much of a challenge unless the ball skips all funny. Crysdale dictating terms. Getting it to Barry. Trying to get it to Liz Monka. One of the few freshmen on the Trojans. A little bit too far that time, though. One of the couple freshmen on the Trojans, as we are going to have the first substitution of the evening for Petaluma. We see Sydney Dennis, talented junior, entering along with Lauren Hazel, the sophomore. Dennis, track hurdle star, very athletic. And again, opportunity for the Trojans, but just getting nothing on that was Guggenhauer. Got to be a little bit more patient outside the box there. Never really had a chance against the strong keeping skills. Frothinger can't handle that. And now Annalie's got a little bit of a run here. Starkey on the defense. And then poked out by Frothinger. That was Kira Heacock, one of the seniors on the Annalee with the good run. And it will maintain Tiger ball here. No score. So we are past the quarter mark here. 28 minutes in this first half of action in this key SCL tilt. Trying to get it ahead. Ooh, and a hard shot there. Was Sydney Dennis, who took the attempted clear right off the side of the body. But boy, did she take it well. Won SCL in the hurdles last year as only a sophomore. She is team captain as a junior of the entire track team. Also on the tennis team, is Varsity Girls tennis team as well. Team that had Annalee as its nemesis, was the only one of the only two teams they lost to all season in SCL. That's cleared out. Will remain Tiger ball here. See if the Trojans can maintain patience. They've been the better team so far this evening. Annalee has really had one look in about the last 20 minutes. Trojans have controlled the action, they've controlled the pace, and they've controlled the ball, but just not been able to get the golden opportunity. They've gotten Roca on the wing so many times, and Barry's gotten a couple looks, but not any too challenging shots so far for the Trojans. Another poor throw in by Annalee. They've surprisingly struggled with that tonight with all the talent on this team, but they do lose a lot of those seniors from last year, and obviously going to be a effect, but they have played some good teams. Mentioned Maria Carrillo, though. They were never able to develop a goal in that game. Fell 1-0, but Carrillo probably the second best team in Sonoma County after Monty. Still an impressive showing to play well with the Pumas. That ball a little too far. And Annalee will head the other way. Good steal by Hernandez as Tigers look like they might get something going here for the first time in a while. Their confidence has to be low right now. Roca calling for it again. Instead, they get it over the middle. And a good play there, as it was Lauren Hazel who was doubled quickly on the Trojan fast break, and now they turn it over. Cleared out, and it remains Tiger ball. Nonetheless, Deegan Babala has to be feeling good about the Trojans showing early in this big one. Just cleared away. And battled for by Dennis. Tigers knock it ahead, and dangerous probing ball, but a little too far, and Clark Garcia comes up and handles it with ease. And our free kick too far, kicked to the bench and the reserves. Dennis couldn't run it down. Hernandez. Too far forward, and Tigers will keep possession. You can see there the very lonely bench for Annalee. You got one reserve, a couple coaches there. That's about it. Tigers sideline. You're tired. You want to look for some help, but you're not getting a lot if you're Annalee, but known that from the start here. It's not like in basketball the entire team's fouled out, and now all of a sudden you're not getting any help. Trojans turn it over. I wonder if Annalee has a surge later with the lack of reserves, but turnover there, and the frustrated yells from the Annalee sideline and their coaches. Expectations are high every year as they routinely win FCL. It's been a couple years since the Trojans have lifted a banner in girls soccer, but the development has been strong over the last couple of years with the new players coming in. Sort of been a new era. So they've always been in contention, but really feels like they've started to build players that will be here this year and again next year for the Trojans. Hernandez pokes it forward and tried to get it to the left winger, Rocca, the sophomore. Couldn't. Frothinger just watched it go out. Now we'll head to Rocca. So short, but that speed so exceptional. Doesn't inhibit her. And now a foul on Annalee. Trojans will get a free kick here. Gogenhauer will take it. And Trojans will move forward again. Only 3 back here. Trying to get a little more aggressive, and we've seen that. 34 minutes into this one. 45-minute halves. Rocca aggressive. Annalee tries to save it, but they give it right back. And then over the middle, try to get it to Dennis, but another double by Annalee, just cracking down on any Trojans in the box, not letting them any space to move or be creative in there. And that has kept them in this game and prevented any goals or even any tough tests for the Tigers keeper. Starkey on the defense, and it's been good play by Claire Brown for Annalee. They clear it back. Patience from the Tigers. They haven't gotten too many opportunities today. They turn it over again. Hazel trying to get Rocca. Again, a little too far, and she's not going to be able to run it down before it heads out. It's been the story of this one, as time and time again, Melissa Rocca has gotten open for the Trojans, but just not been able to develop what they want, and we are going to see substitutions on both sides. Annalee will use another player on their bench, while for the Trojans, we will see Barry re-enter. She got a short break, the team captain for the Trojans. Conditioning could be a little bit of an issue for the Trojans just because you haven't played or probably practiced as much. So you're typical two in this obviously moderated schedule where both teams are off. Rocca clears it outside. Hernandez. Back to a launcher. Hernandez, the junior. So many strong juniors. Just imagine next year for the Trojans when they head into a new league, the Vine Valley League, and it's going to be a tough one. They won't be seeing Annalee anymore, but Casa, who's fielded an exceptional team the last couple years, actually beat Annalee in the NCS quarterfinals last year 2-1. And they went on to the semifinals of NCS in the fall. Now, all the teams playing the winter. Trojans will be joining American Canyon, Vintage, Napa, Justin Siena, and Sonoma in that league next year, along with all the other Trojan sports teams. And poked out by Annalee, it will be Trojan ball. Some frustration there from Annalee. Did not like that call by the ref. Trojans clear it forward. Great play by Barry, who's just so creative, so confident with her feet. And again, trying to go to Rocca. I think it would get a little bit of old, but the Trojans continue to try it, and passes a little short, a little off. Just not the shot they want, but keep on trying. At some point, you feel like the Trojans are going to succeed, and it's going to get right. And it's going to be on Rocca's right foot to give the Trojans the lead in this one. Just cleared away by Frothinger. Annalee will get a throw in along the wing here. 38 minutes gone. Curving. I think it was trying to be a pass by Annalee, but the bend was nice, but you can't bend it like Beckham if it's going 5 feet wide. And it will be a goal kick for Garcia and the Trojans, and we're going to have a shoelace Tied here before that. Well, headed down to Barry's grasps. Frothinger. Rocca. Couldn't get it to her, but cleared away, and the Trojans will now get the momentum. Even if the passes are a little off, if you can force the Annalee just to scramble and clear it away, getting all the offense down here, and the chances really increase. Poked forward to Hazel. And then just cleared away again by the Tigers. No score here, and no clock we mentioned earlier, so both teams, you have the clock in your head, but mostly just going to have to check with your coach on the sideline and the ref to know the time with no scoreboard here at Lucchesi Field. Again, just poked away, and again, the Trojans will have another throw in here. The exhausting defense and holding the line will certainly get tiring for the Tigers. Foul on the Trojans, on Rocca, and it will be Annalee free kick. Ellison Field is looking good, and we mentioned in the open, we could potentially, if the Trojans have a playoff game at home, they might be able to just host that at Ellison Field, which has been right on schedule to be ready in February, which the Trojans' potential NCS could be in mid-February. As the field already ready, the track's starting to get rolled out as of this week and into next week. The rain could stop things a little bit, but things have really gone on course in that field, which we saw Costas Field get really delayed a couple months last year. And certainly everything will be ready for the track season and lacrosse season from a brand new artificial turf Ellison Field, which looking wonderful in the developments if you've not seen it. 2 purple end zones, more amenities. The stands now, according to the ADA's standards, more accessible. Trojans take back over here. And it will be Annalee ball here. Throw in by Lucas. And quickly stolen away. Frothinger's had good defense so far tonight. The right back for the Trojans. They get it to Hernandez. There was good creativity by Crysdale. Good defense by Annalee, just trying to prevent it from even getting up. But there's Rocca again. This time not able to get ahead. Now on the wing. Frothinger came up out of her spot. Barry the center mid, the middle of it all in the Trojan attack. And looked like a clear foul there. Starkey looking a little hurt as usually a clear kick on that back shin by Annalee, and I guess the ref just did not see that one. Cleared back. Trojans will take back over, and you get the artificial turf like here, so it's all weather. So with soccer now moved to the winter, it really became a much with both boys and girls soccer in the winter. And even lacrosse in the spring with the non-artificial turf field, you had to have so many games here. The field could be useless if it rained a lot like it did last year. Almost half the boys and girls lacrosse games were here at Lucchesi and over the East Washington fields. Hernandez with a little bit of momentum. Poked away, though, as it was Hazel, who came in as a sub and looked good so far. Good interception there by Frothinger. Oh, and a beautiful little give and go to herself. Tried to center it to Hazel, though. And a little bit of off, cleared away by the Tigers. You can see the full Trojan bench under their little, I don't know what you call that, a little tarp overhang. And just not able to get much on that was Hazel. And we have the whistle, and that is halftime. 45 minutes in here, no score. Trojans have controlled the entire game almost from the opening whistle. Annalee had the momentum early, and that was about it. Really no good looks since then for the Tigers, but Trojans have got to Rocca early and often, but unable to put it in the back of the net so far. It is 0-0, 0-0 as we reach one half of play here in this SCL battle. Halftime here, Lucchesi Field. No score here as Annalee and Petaluma have battled so far with no goals yet, but the Trojans have controlled play, and they have to be very optimistic about where they go. They've just got obviously a lot to talk over here at halftime, but it feels like they're just one or two plays away there from a lot of good looks, and they could easily be up 3-0. They've gotten a little bit too impatient, I think, a couple times, taking some shots, ill-advised, but it's a good Annalee keeper. You need good shots. Certainly the focal point's been Rocca. I think the Trojans want to continue to use this, but certainly you're going to see Annalee make some adjustments to really crowd Melissa Rocca, and they've done a good job defensively, crowding down on Trojan defenders. Trojans are going to need to be careful, though, not to give up any counter goals. They've done a terrific job defensively on most of Annalee's chances. They have really had no opportunities so far, but the Trojans are going to need to be careful. We often see games in soccer where one team dominates play, but a counter goal can really change everything. So the Trojans need to be careful. Clara Garcia has been poised and strong, and a couple tough opportunities she's faced. Annalee strong out early. Worried about the Trojans' rust. Really haven't seen that too much so far. A couple passes off, but very confident. The Trojans with a lot more depth tonight with Annalee only a few players on their bench, so conditioning could be big, especially as we get late in the 90 minutes. Trojans have done a lot of running up and down, especially with Rocca out on the left wing. You know they're going to try to continue to do that to get one in the back of net and get what would be a pivotal victory here tonight. It's their first league game, but Annalee and Petaluma probably the favorites. We have not mentioned Sonoma Academy, new into SCL Girls Soccer this year. Really talented squad. Trojans are going to be tested when they face them. They could win SCL. Sonoma Valley does lose some players from last year, but they will certainly challenge the Trojans. It's a deep SCL, but a win here. The Trojans are no doubt in the driver's seat in the next 45 minutes of soccer. The decisive one of this one are coming up next. The time for 45 more minutes plus stoppage time. Didn't have any stoppage time in that first half of action. We'll see what adjustments both teams bring out in the second half as we talked about that. Big game of cat and mouse in soccer, and the developing that moment of brilliance through minutes of soccer and back and forth action. Trojans and Annalee will tussle again January 26th up at Sevastopol. Trojans' upcoming schedule, not too challenging. They'll face Pioneer on Monday. They'll take on Sonoma Valley, who mentioned lost a lot of players of late on the 12th. They'll be at LC on the 17th. Mentioned Sonoma Academy. They could be pretty good this year. They've looked good so far. They're undefeated in League 1-0. And they could be a real challenge. They used to play in NCL1 just because they're a smaller school. But their girls' soccer team's so dominant, they didn't want to play in the fall anymore, which the small schools still play in up here in Sonoma and Lake County. So they have moved to SCL. We are underway here for the second half. Trojans trying to get a key win, and they get an early turnover here. That is Grevin down the wing. Annalee now the other way. Pass a little bit too far. Hernandez. Turns 5, Monka. Knock it back. You can see there's that patience, a little bit of change. Starting it from the defense and the right back and moving it forward. Unable to get the development there, though. And then Annalee just way too far. And Garcia is going to opt to get it. McGannum and Rocca back to discuss that one, but transfer Garcia, not been tested too much. Best look of the night, as that one will head out, best look of the night so far for Annalee was after a great mega cross over the middle. Annalee had some players, but unable to connect with anyone. It just dribbled out. And just one shot on goal for Annalee was not really anything. Barry can't handle that kick from Garcia from the goal. And Annalee will take back over. Good turnover, good reading the pass by Hazel. And offsides. That was awfully close, was Kendra Barry, team captain. just sneaked just past that last Annalee defender, and the flag went up. So it'll be Annalee ball here. 48 minutes gone here. So we have entered the second half. Starting to get a little more chilly, but no more rain on a slightly slick field. That deflects, and it hit the post! Oh my goodness! And then Annalee just clears it. What a crazy sequence there. It was Hazel who just gave it a go from afar, probably hoping for something crazy like that to happen. It deflected off the Annalee player, and the Annalee goalkeeper was decided that it was certainly going to go out, but it hit right off the post, and a couple inches, the Trojans would have had a shocking first goal. Good look over the middle there, but no one home. Rocker runs it down, though. And then Annalee again clearing it away. Rocker trying to control it. Just see Annalee shutting down those passing lanes, and they're short, small, and have to be precise when you're in the goal box there, and that's been the issue all night long so far for the Trojans. Monka. Liz Monka, only a freshman. Centers it! Headed up! Still loose! And cleared. Oh, Starkey had a great look in the box there after Rocca just headed the ball up, and it was a jump ball. Apologies for the poor camera work there. One-man crew here tonight. Good play by Hernandez, and the Trojans again dictating the pace here in the second half as they did almost the entire first half. Annalee with numbers here, 3-on-2. But just too far, and they have not been able to get anything going. That's that break, though, we talked about with the Trojans pushing everyone up confident offensively. Potential dangers that could happen in that situation. Monka. Look good. Now playing, she subbed in early in the first, and becoming a lot more involved here in the second half. Only a freshman, so many young, talented underclassmen. Aggressive move there between Rocca and Hargrave. Annalee ball called on the foul. Trojans, after they Sonoma Academy on the 22nd, we mentioned Annalee on the 26th, they'll finally back home. They'll be at the, so they mostly here at Lucchesi Field, also a couple games up at the East Washington Fields. Just about 10 blocks down from here. Another artificial turf field. They'll be facing El Molino on the 29th. They'll be back at Sonoma Valley on the 31st, home, and then they finish 3 straight home games, which is a nice way to finish your regular season. Sonoma Academy, Elsie Allen, and senior night against Healdsburg, though only one senior on this entire team. A lot of juniors. Will be a much more festive senior night. And who knows, maybe by February 9th, we could see that game being at Ellison Field. Unlikely, but progress has been so strong. The construction crews have done an excellent job on the field. It's been rough for the seniors, dealing with a lot of things this year with the construction of the field. Missed a week of school, including normal homecoming festivities due to the Sonoma County fires. Annalee with some good control here. Best of the second half in Trojan territory, trying to get something going. And that just is out. Sloppy passing, and Annalee just can't afford that. The way they've struggled to really get much going offensively or have much of a chance as Jenkins there could not save it. Dog walker, but walking right by the field of play. But not disturbing anything. Throw in off Annalee. Trojan ball. Annalee coach has been vocal all evening. Instructing, critiquing. 52 minutes gone here. And still 0-0 as Trojans have controlled pace. I've had one off the post so far. Annalee another steal there, just collapsing on the Trojan that time. As that ball heads out, Trojan ball. That time it was Hazel who has the one shot off the post, a crazy deflection that the Annalee keeper thought was just headed right out. And it looks like so far we have seen Annalee maybe try to close that passing lane to Rocca that was open the entire first half. The Trojans could just not perfectly connect on to get a great opportunity. Trojans might have to look elsewhere for pushing it offensively downfield. We so far seen more players pushed upwards, but it's also led to tighter passing, not a lot of zones. Apologize to the ref in the way there. Barry gets it ahead to Monka. Almost lost control of it. Pokes it back to Hernandez. And now Barry up. Another good closing on the passing lane by the Tiger. Battle, and the refs haven't called too much tonight. You could certainly call a foul there, but the whistles have been mostly kept in the pocket. And a battle by Claire Brown, who's been strong tonight to keep it, and she does. And that's the fighting spirit you want from Annalee, and head coach Brittany Briones, whose assistant has been the one yelling most of the night. Monka just knocks it back. And trying to get it ahead to Monka, deflects off her. And it will stay Trojan ball. Amanda Rocca and Melissa Rocca, they believe they are twins. They're both sophomores. So they are twins. Get the verification from the fans. So there's actually multiple sister tandems on this girls' soccer team. And we've seen both sisters strong tonight, one offensively, one defensively. See the Wine sisters in softball be so important, also sophomores now for the Trojans. Sarah Muganum and her younger sister Caroline, another sister tandem on this Trojan team. The family genes are strong. Head to the freshman Monka. I don't think that's who she was looking for, but now they get it ahead to Barry, and Barry will score! The Trojans take the lead 1-0. A perfect moment of brilliance, and Barry the finish. A perfect run. No chance for the Annalee keeper, and the Trojans finally break through. Large cheers from the Trojan sideline, and very happy and I think relieved Trojans that they finally find the back of the net. And that one was everything you wanted. Slow developing, but right down the middle. There was so much patience. You could see the game plan. And suddenly Barry had burst three past the Annalee defense, stayed on side, and it was an easy finish. It was just guessing game for the Annalee keeper which way she was going, and Barry, the captain, coolly slotting it away. Annalee, a fraction on the kickoff there, so Trojans will now get to start with it. They lead 1-0 as we are 10 minutes into the second half. 55 minutes gone overall here this night from Lucchesi Field. Don't expect the Trojans to sit back now that they have that goal. Would expect to continue to be aggressive, and it has worked out. He's really got no chances with the Trojans pushing everyone downfield and dictating the pace. Thrown into Guggenhauer. And Barry, the goal scorer, is so far the hero tonight. Back to Rocca. Monka. Other sister Rocca now down the wing. And I believe, yes, a corner. Off Annalee. No? Thought the ref was singing a corner, but he's going to signal a goal kick there. Close there. So Annalee will get the kick. Amanda and Melissa, the two Rocca sisters. Another poor goal kick from Annalee. They're lucky to control that one, and that's been an issue as they have been lousy in possession control this evening. And even when you get the ball in the goal kick, you just want to keep it, and Annalee has not been able to achieve that, but they are going to have to push more. They've sat back a lot of the night, which has been why they have not gotten many opportunities. They're going to have to start pushing up soon, now trailing. Seeing some developments here, but a little bit too far. Hernandez will knock it forward. Good defensive play by Amanda Rocca. Interesting to see what Troy's mentality stays the same. They stayed strong throughout that period where they had chances but were unable to generate one in the back of the net. But they keep that strong, fierce mentality now that they've taken the lead. Knocked back, and then that Tiger was looking for someone downfield, and whoever it was not where they were supposed to be. Zeimer was the one who gave it a cross down the middle. Sailed wide. Garcia will get a chance to get involved in the game. She hasn't seen much, and then a sudden shot, and the best save of the night from Claire Garcia. She's had to do little. We were talking about her inactivity. And suddenly, a rocket shot and a good alertness from Garcia, as it was Jenkins who quickly stole it and just gave it a go, and a smart play by the junior for Annalee. Now a throw-in for the Tigers in blue. Trojans in white. Actually, they're going to call it a corner kick. First of the evening for Annalee. Trojans have had just one as well. I haven't seen much in terms of the head for either team. It's sent in. And now an opportunity for the Tigers. That's a free-for-all, and that was unable to be controlled by Nettermeyer. Well, that was exactly what Annalee wanted there. That ball was just bouncing loose around. You got 15 players in the box, and one can easily fall in the back of the net, but Annalee unable to generate a chance on their first corner of the day. Dangerous there as Annalee was forced back to their last defender. And now the Trojans take over. Monka. Oh, what a move. Just could not control it. Rocca got it ahead. Intercepted, though. It was Brown. And you're already seeing this much more increased aggressiveness from Annalee as soon as they have been trailing now. I'm not saying they were playing for a draw, but short on players tonight, knowing they're facing a good Trojan team, and their strategy was going to be sit back and hope they could get a counter, and knowing they didn't need to be too aggressive, but now that you trail, you have to try to get one in the back of the net. A loss is not going to help them in their quest for back-to-back SCL titles. Especially in the depth. One loss might very well be the difference, and it was last year for the Tigers. They only drew once, and Sonoma lost to Annalee, and that was the deciding game, with Annalee hosting the banner over the Dragons. Sonoma won the year before in SCL. Tries to knock it back to Starkey. The probing pass to Barry. Trojans have maybe sat back a little bit less aggressiveness now they take the lead, and you know they're going to be encouraged by Coach Babala to continue pushing forward. Nonetheless, opportunity here, but it's cleared away by Starkey. Trojans' back line has been confident. They were a little bit under duress early when Annalee came out strong first 5-10 minutes, but since then, it has been the Tigers on the back foot, and their defensive line did a strong well holding up as well, but they finally had a breakdown. Hernandez the steal. Oh, I'm sorry, that was... Oh, well, now we have a chance for Annalee, and not much gotten on it easy for Garcia. That was Guggenhauer with that play before the turnover, and just a little bit too impatient for Annalee there. It's something going, but maybe the frustration with the lack of offense, and it's going to be easy for Garcia on that one. She had all the time to locate the ball set up, and even I probably could have made that save. Crysdale gets it ahead, it deflects. Annalee ball. 1-0, Petaluma leads as we are almost 15 minutes in to the second half. About 60 minutes gone, no official clock here, so a little bit of a guessing game. The players, though, can ask the ref or their coach, so they, especially Annalee now down, is going to want to have an idea of how much they need to push. This is just sent back, a little bit dangerous, but Garcia just knocks it forward right to a Tiger. But Trojans take right back over. Crysdale slips, and it's going to be a little slippery. About an inch of rain today in Petaluma, and this was raining up to about 20 minutes until the opening kick. So that is going to be an impact as that was just poked out by Annalee. We will have the second corner of the evening for the Trojans as they push up here. We're unable to generate anything on the first one in the first half. It will be Barry and Monka to take this corner. They're just going to knock it into Barry. Now sent in and cleared out by Annalee. Hernandez gave it a go, and not what she was looking for there, well off. And Annalee will get the goal kick. Annalee's upcoming schedule, mentioned they're 4-1-2 on this young season, and their schedule not too challenging coming up either. LC Piner and Healdsburg. Their next three slated. They're going to obviously hope to get more of their players back. They don't play LC until Wednesday of next week. So they've got some time to rest and recover from this one, which is obviously exhausting with only one reserve on the bench. They've subbed a fair amount in that first half. Haven't seen one yet here in the second, though. Barry. Hernandez. Crysdale back to Hernandez. Going out to Barry. And just sent in. Testing the Annalee keeper, hoping for a mistake that could extend the lead. Didn't happen there. And a much more aggressive kick there, long, hoping for a good bounce. They almost got it, but it was Rocca able to run it down. Sent forward. Monka just couldn't get around it. It was nonetheless a good probing move by Monka, who's dealing with a little bit of an injury. You can see the brace on the left knee there. Good run, but nonetheless, the double team. Annalee has totally, though, cracked down on Rocca on the left wing. She has not really gotten any looks in the second half, but if that is, the Trojans are going to score. And not with that play, they will absolutely take it. Thrown to Crysdale, sophomore. And it will roll out, and it will maintain Trojan ball. 1-0. Trojans leading the Tigers. 20 minutes, almost halfway through this second half. Annalee trying to push it forward and get something going, but their opportunities have been far and few between tonight. Here is Rocca, a rare second half chance after she must have gotten 6 or 7 touches or at least attempts down the left wing in the first half, but the passes were too long. She couldn't control or couldn't get good shots off as Annalee was quick to collapse a double team on her. Barry poked it off. An Annalee player will maintain Trojan ball. Trojan boys soccer team still looking for their first victory varsity of the season. It's been a tough year for them. A lot of inexperience, only 3 seniors on that team. A fair amount of sophomores as well. rebuilding from a team that won NCS 2 years ago, playing in the fall, so was less competition. Nonetheless, it was a big accomplishment. But they're going to get many more league opportunities. Only league game so far against Pioneer, and they had a tough schedule. So they will certainly improve over the course of the year. That will be Annalee ball. So Rocca couldn't run it down. And a panting exclamation by Lucas, some of the Annalee fans, as she came over to throw it in. Trojans just getting in a lot of the passing lanes of Annalee to try to get forward, and frustrating as it's just a struggle for them even to clear it up, nonetheless to get into the box. And that just builds and builds. It's going to be hard for the Tigers to maintain their composure, but there's plenty of experience on that squad that you know they will, and they're going to continue to push. Trojans can't go to sleep. More poor passing and Trojan ball. Tomorrow, we will be live at the varsity boys basketball team's SCL opener. It will be on the 6th. If you're watching it, it's going to be today by now, as they will take on El Molino. They got the victory last night over Elsie's. They didn't play their best game. They were only up by 3 at the half, but got by it. It was a great play by Garcia to come out. A little run there by Annalee. Trojans just couldn't take the ball away from Hausman, who we haven't seen much of tonight, but Garcia alert came up, took the loose ball away. So that's 7:30 tomorrow night for the varsity boys basketball live stream against El Molino, and then next week, it's an exciting week for Trojan Sports. We are going to be live 3 straight days. I don't think we've ever done that before, as we have another opportunity for Annalee here. The shot and a score! The Tigers have done it. They've tied it up here, and I believe it was number 6. Is that 16 there? Yes, number 16, Riley Yates. As Annalee with the push forward, saw the good play by Garcia. This time they really got numbers forward. The Trojans on their back foot there, and our shot was absolutely perfect. Garcia a little out of her place, right in the top corner, and just like that, we are tied. Annalee hasn't many opportunities, but they take advantage. And the Trojans, who were sitting back a little bit, suddenly will have to push forward again, as we are tied at 1. Oh my goodness. So yeah, the Trojans react. Just felt like they could maybe just win out this game. Just relax, sitting back, and Annalee struggling to push it forward, but the cracks were finally found, and now the Trojans turn it over. And Annalee ball, and feels like a danger time right now, as they need to right the ship. 70 minutes gone here, as that one deflects off the Annalee player, who's taking a shot blocked by the Trojans, and then back out off Annalee. Goal kick for Garcia, who's now in much more of a hurry. Trojans came here to win, and this would be disappointing considering how they've controlled so much of this ball game, but unable to get that second goal to the early first, and there was no security behind it. Dangerous again here, and Annalee's really got something going suddenly. Really came out of the blue. There were no warning signs. Can the Trojans maintain their ship here? There's certainly plenty of experience from last year with almost everyone returning. As they push it forward, that stayed in. Good job there. Barry, she had the goal for the Trojans. It deflects and falls to Rocca. Patience, she sends it back to her sister. Monka. Looked really good in the second half. No foul called there. And then that spiraled ahead. And a smart play by Rocca just to let that one spin out. Sister to sister there, and that's a fun dynamic. A little too tall, though. Will stay Trojan ball, and suddenly sort of a calm, just offensive approach, hoping to get that second goal. Suddenly turned into a much more frenzy pace now that we are tied. McGannum. A nice play, and the defender moving up out of her spot. And then poked out. A good run, though, by Muganum. And the Trojans needed a response after that, and now we see it. Certainly they want to get it to Barry, who's the leader on this Trojan team. And I don't have any official stats, but I would guess that she's the goal leader. Rocca to throw it in. Dangerous, and the clear was missed. And then Annalie gets it out. Hernandez trying to knock it back in, and we have a foul. Oh, they're going to call out on the Trojans. My goodness, I don't know about that one. Foul called on Delaney Johnson, the sophomore. Annalie quicks it forward. This could be fun these last 15 or so minutes. Both teams really playing with some urgency that we have not seen most of this night. Forward, Annalie coach is screaming at them to get forward. Remember, Annalie doesn't have a lot of reserves. Garcia's lost it. And now she tries to clear it. Not sure why she didn't fall, and the Trojans get it out. Oh my goodness, I think she was out of the box was the reason. It's hard to see from the angle I'm at, but I think it's going to actually be Trojan ball here, it looks like. Almost disaster. Annalie with a great play on the break there with numbers. And Garcia made the decision to come out. That time it was probably not the right one. She got herself into trouble outside of the box. And there was an open goal there, and she just was able to avert danger. It will be Annalie, maintain Annalie ball here. Seeing a light sprinkle starting to fall. Didn't expect any more precipitation. We're seeing a little bit at this pivotal moment in this game with just over 10 to go. Annalie trying there, just sent in, but they are getting a lot more chances and opportunities here, and they are so lackadaisical, I think, for so much of this game. Suddenly look like an inspired Tigers bunch ready to roar. And the Trojans maintain their cool and continue how they played for most of the first 70 minutes, just in complete control of this one. Again, dangerous defensive play there. And a shot is in off the inside of the post. Oh, it's an absolute laser. A wonder goal. And Annalie has the lead. Wow. And they are thrilled. Boy, have they played some inspired soccer. That was Sydney Hargrave. And we have seen some Annalie players with the goals that have not done too much this evening that have come up. And Hargrave from outside the box with another perfectly placed shot. It just at the inside of the post and in. There was not a lot Garcia could do there. And the Trojans suddenly on their back foot defending. Looked unprepared for the moment. Annalie is pushed forward here. Trojans still have an opportunity, though, trailing 2-1 here as they have blown the lead. And the precipitation starting to pick up into a real drizzle here, and that's going to make things a little slippery and passes a little challenging, which is obviously the advantage to Annalie, but under 10 to go here. A lot of urgency on this Trojan squad. You don't expect Annalie to sit back. So that was what they did most of the first 70 minutes, and it didn't work. But now that they have taken an offensive initiative, Trojans have looked on their back foot, trying to get it forward to Rocca. They couldn't. Annalie pushes it back. Good play there by Sister Rocca to intercept that. See how much the Trojans push upwards with their defenders now. They've got to score. Hazel down the wing. Try to get it to Barry and ferociously cleared right to a Tiger. Annalie again now just clearing for their lives right now. Trojans really pushing forward. The Trojans really want to get Rocca back involved as she has gone silent after so involved in that first half. And then just cleared away by the Tigers. That ball will head out. But now the clock is the Tigers' friend, ticking away. Trojans will have to throw it in, push upward. Under 10 to go here. I lost track a little bit of the time, but the Trojans are going to know it. They're going to have their coach yelling, who's Deacon Babala, starting to hear for the first time tonight, and try to get it forward to Rocca, but well off the mark there. 5 more minutes of a call from the Trojan bench. Annalee has scored 2 in under 10 after the Trojans scored in about the 60th minute. Moment of brilliance from Kendra Berry, but the Trojans have controlled it all night long. But suddenly the aggressiveness from Annalee, the Trojans on their back foot, and 2 wonder goals. Not a lot Clara Garcia could do about either of them. Off the heel, the Annalee defenders, Trojans tried to push it up. Berry's got it. And quickly back to Tiger territory. Hazel. Forward to Berry. And Annalee ball. Berry not happy with that one. Continues to sprinkle on this wet evening for the first time in this one. Annalee can to take more time, down to 4 left. We'll see how much stoppage time, though, is put on the clock. Should be a couple minutes with the goal scored. Haven't been too many other stoppages, though, so probably about 6 left right now. Annalee trying to push upward, and their coach yelling them to push. They are not going to sit back foul there, which is the last thing you want if you're the Tigers. Rocca with the good battle. Trojans quickly get it forward. Guggenhauer, and intercepted by the Tigers. They've done a good job with the passing lanes all night, especially down the middle. Trojans haven't been able to develop. Hernandez gets it forward to Berry. So much in control with the right foot, and then turns it over. Aggressive play there, and kept in by Monka. But Annalee's so aggressive on every time now the Trojans touch the ball, and it almost looks like an opposite of what we saw for much of these first 70 minutes with the Trojans struggling to push it upward, and it's hard to imagine them even putting in the back of the net, but that's what we thought about Annalee, and suddenly they did it twice in under 10 minutes. They're going to have to push it back here. It's an aggressiveness, but they're still being patient nonetheless, trying to find another moment. Trojans, though, have been low scoring and relied on their defense season long. Monka pushes it back. Guggenhauer just trying to find the right pass. They're not just going to fire a goal at will yet. But that was not what Berry was looking for. Too far. Annalee ball, we're going to see a substitution for the Trojans. That now you get all your attackers up, Muganum out, Monka back in. And the tying of the shoe, always interesting at this point in the game. Not saying anything. I mean, sometimes the shoe comes in tight in wet positions, but not uncommon to see in soccer when the team's up late. Down the wing, Monka pokes it out, and it hits the camera. Berry takes it away. Annalee continued to push down on these Trojan defenders, trying to avoid it, even allowing them to get up. Good deflection there. Now room for Kendra Berry. Forward to Rocca. Oh, they're going to call her offside. Oh, my goodness. And I think the right call there. That was what they wanted. Suddenly quick moving action by the Trojans. And they found Rocca, who's burst past the Annalee defenders all evening long. But that time she just a little bit too much impatient. Otherwise, it would have been one-on-one with the keeper. Has to be down to a couple minutes for around stoppage time now. At Lucchesi Field, Petaluma Varsity Girls Soccer team taking on Annalee. A pivotal early season game between these two teams vying for a league title. Poked out, Trojan ball. They're in a rush now, no doubt. Knocked down. No call. Hernandez to Barry. She has the one goal for the Trojans today. Hazel will take it. That's the impatience I don't want to see. You're going to be in a rush now, but I'd have never had a chance. Did see Hazel have one, a deflection hit off the post for the Trojans. That was almost the first goal in the first half. It was a scoreless first half. Trojans controlled almost all of it after the first couple minutes. And finally they found Barry, but the Trojans sat back a little bit more. Annalee's aggressiveness increased. Suddenly they had one, and the Trojans were a little bit shocked, I think, and they almost had disaster a couple times, and then a brilliant wonder goal from the Tigers in the 80th minute. That gave them a lead 2-1, 2 goals in 2 minutes after Annalee had just took a few shots on goal the entire first 70 minutes. Poked out again by Annalee. Ref's starting to check his watch more often. Time is short for the Trojans. Only 2 losses on the season. Trying to suffer their third against a rival, and that's going to be out. Annalee ball again. Goal kick. Annalee coach instructing down the wings. Want to make it longer to run for the Trojans and more time to tick off the clock. Tigers have sat back a little more here, but they've tried to push up, clog the passing lanes. Poked back, Hernandez. All the way back to Rocca. And well off the mark, intercepted. Good play by Hernandez to chip it forward. And now intercepted by Crysdale. Looking ahead, and a key deflection. Kendra Berry was down the middle, and now a foul is called. But a key deflection there by that Annalee defender off the head. Berry was onside and might have been a one-on-one with the keeper if that had gone over the head. Instead, a foul called now. Annalee free kick. That will be Trojan ball. Time short here, and this would be a heartbreaking loss for the Trojans if they blew a lead tonight, but certainly would be a lot to learn from this one. And some of these players will be here for the long run, not this year, but next year, and the new league, in the Vine Valley League, with a lot of strong teams as well. Can always take so much away from every game. When you're facing such an experienced team against Annalee, they really showed their experience tonight. Monka can't control it, and then poked out. It will remain Trojan ball. They're in full-on rush mode now. Whistle could pretty much blow at any moment. Headed forward, hoping for a good bounce. It's loose and cleared away. A great opportunity for Rocca there as a good deflection. And Rocca just couldn't get to it, and it was a dangerous play for the Annalee keeper. But she calmly just cleared it. And Tiger ball now here on this throw-in. Drizzle really starting to pick up here, and we've seen more players slip. Gotten more often. Didn't expect any more rain, but it's what as we have had late here in an up-and-down game. Stay Annalee ball there on the clear. Tigers done an exceptional job staying up and being aggressive and not panicking, now leading, something that the Trojans were not able to do. Closing games is something an experienced team has to learn against a good team, and maybe the Trojans didn't have it tonight. It's not over just yet. These last few minutes must feel like forever, and there it is. There is the whistle. And the Annalee Tigers come back to shock the Petaluma Trojans 2-1. A comeback victory and a crushing loss for the Trojans as they fall to Annalee, though. They certainly know that they can play with the Tigers. They battled all night long. Barry's goal took the lead, but 2 late goals for the Tigers, and they get the victory 2-1. Stay tuned. Interviews are coming up next. Trojans, as they fall tonight 2-1. It's going to be a tough loss. Mention their schedule not too challenging. Get a little bit of their confidence back. I think a real learning experience for this team tonight. There's experience. Pretty much everyone returns, but Annalee just expects to win, and they never panicked tonight. They were down 1-0. They never controlled the game. It looked like the Trojans might be able to cruise for a victory, but it was just Annalee was so confident. Suddenly, when Annalee scored that goal to tie it at 1-1, really a shock for the Trojans, and it put them on their back foot, and they don't have the experience of the Tigers. They didn't look ready, and Annalee pushed ahead more and more, and the poise was there for the Tigers. They suddenly took the lead 2-1, and were just able to control it from there, and Trojans are going to regret some of those missed chances they had in the first half when they were really controlled and not able to generate enough offense, and that has been an issue points this season. They've been pretty low scoring, relying on their defense, but can't do that against a good Annalee team. And they're going to have many more challenges this year. Nonetheless, they showed they can compete, and they were the better team tonight against the Tigers, no doubt, even in the loss, and they certainly have to feel confident going in against Sonoma Academy, Sonoma Valley, and when they face Annalee again, they'll get a second chance. Against the Tigers, weren't able to do it tonight. They'll get a chance once again, though, in a few weeks as they fall to 8-3-1 on the season. They're behind, but it's not the do-end all. If they can learn from this and continue to improve as a young team, they certainly have a shot at the SCL title, but it gets a lot more tougher with the loss tonight. They'll also be certainly trying for an NCS playoff appearance, so a lot more goals and things that the Trojans look forward to. Still early here on this league season. Teams are talking with their coach, and then we're going to grab interviews next. With Kendra Berry and Lauren Hazel. Got the names right? Okay, and Kendra, you had the goal for the team today. Trojans had a lot of opportunities. Describe the play that built up to that big moment.
Well, we passed well, and that's how we got the goal, and that's kind of it.
Team stayed poised, even though might have been some frustration, unable to generate that goal, even when you were really controlling play. How are you guys able to stay confident?
I think a lot of us have played club soccer together, so it's helpful, like, knowing how each other play in that sense.
Team fell short blowing the lead tonight, but really good Annalee team. What can you learn and take away from this?
Well, I think that we are the better team, and I think that we didn't play well. To end the game, we need to execute better. Finish.
What specifics do you guys want to see improvement on to help beat Annalee next time?
Finishing in the final third for sure.
We just kind of gave up and got sloppy as the game went on.
Yeah, we had the lead and we didn't
finish our chances,
Thank you guys so much. Here with Deegan Babala, head coach of the Petaluma Varsity Girls Soccer team, and team falls short, blows the lead tonight. What do you take away from that?
I mean, it was a tough game. I mean, it's the first game back from winter break. Annalee had a game on Wednesday, so they've had a little bit more time playing than us. We played well the whole game. We just had a 5-10 minute period there where we kind of lost a little bit. So good signs, but definitely could have done a little bit better.
Team really controlled the game, as you said, for 70 minutes of this one. How are you guys able to be so effective against a good Annalee team?
Annalee, I think, is really good at being physical and being direct, where we tend to keep the ball a little bit better. So we just passed a lot, and they didn't have too many subs either. So I think just with our passing and them not having numbers, they kind of got tired throughout the game.
How do you help the team get a better poise late in this game against maybe a more experienced team?
I mean, thankfully we had lots of subs, so I know a lot of the players from last year, obviously, and from club soccer. So just knowing players' talents and skills and what everyone brings to the game at different moments of the game, at the end of the game where it's close and we need a goal, kind of threw on a lot of attacking players, took out some defenders, just to see what the girls could do on the field themselves.
Thank you so much, Coach. So Trojans fall again 2-1. Thank you to Kendra, Lauren, and Coach Babala for the interviews. If you missed those will be up in our YouTube channel in the coming days. Want to mention again, we've got a lot of live streams coming up. Didn't get to finish that with the game going on, but we have 3 straight live streams next week, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. We start Wednesday off with a huge wrestling match, as the defending SCL champion Petaluma wrestling team looks for back-to-back. It's going to be a big one against Sonoma. That's the team they beat by 1 point last year. That was the decider in them winning SCL. We're going to be live from the multi, I think around 5 o'clock. We'll get you an exact time in the coming days on that for that big wrestling match. Then on Thursday, the Petaluma, we mentioned this Saturday at 7:30, Petaluma Varsity Boys basketball team's SCL opener against El Molino. They'll get a good test against the Sonoma Valley Dragons next Thursday. And we'll be live 7:30, and then a big game for the Petaluma Varsity Girls basketball team, who's playing very well right now. They are really improving as well. They face rival Annalee. That's going to be a really big one. If the Trojans want to win SCL, they're going to almost certainly need to beat the Tigers in that one. That one also starts at 7:30. So check out, we got 4 live streams in the next week. So check out our YouTube channel for all that. It's going to be very exciting. You do not want to miss all of that. Here tonight, Trojans fall short 2-1 as they just fell apart. 10 minutes, Annalee showed a little bit more poise, a little bit more experience. A lot of depth, though, on this Trojan team, and they will certainly learn a lot as they really played better for much of this game. They can prove they can be the best team in SCL. Annalee's the defending champions, but they're going to have to play a complete game next time. They'll get a second chance against Annalee, and a lot more season to go as they move on. A pleasure to cover our first Varsity Girls Soccer game. We hope to do it again in this season, as this team certainly has the experience and skill to accomplish a lot this year and learn a lot as they move on. Thank you to everyone. Thank you to all. Thank you for the players, for the interviews. I am Griffin Epstein. Thank you so much for tuning in. Good night from Lucchesi Field.